Thanks, Ryan. BJ Taylor, it is so great to have you in here. Thank you so much for giving us some time.
No, thank you for having me.
Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks, been a couple of months since the basketball season ended. What have you been up to since March?
Well, since the season has ended, it's kind of been a whirlwind. Usually after the season, you have a little time off. You're finishing classes, finishing the semester. But for me and Aubrey, Taco, Chad as well, we've been continuing our process of training, working out, hiring an agent to represent us moving forward, and just continuing to stay on the grind, really. So it's been an exciting, last few weeks, last 6 or 7 weeks since the season ended. But we've stayed on the move, stay on the go, and now for me personally, I have NBA workouts coming up and some teams lined up ready to bring me in. So it's been an exciting time.
Is it nerve-wracking at the same time? Are you anxious? I mean, what other feelings?
Oh, no question. It's definitely, nerve-wracking, exciting, and you have that anxious feeling just because it's something you've dreamed about your whole life. It's something you've wanted when you were little, and for me it's something that I've dreamed about since I was 3 or 4 years old.
There were stories about you preparing for UCF season, preparing for UCF games, getting into the gym at 5 in the morning. What are you doing right now? I'm
continuing that kind of workout mentality, working out every morning on the court, strength coach right after that, and just continue to stay at it every day. Just continue to improve my skill set, continue to improve in all aspects of the game because, it's no time to rest for us right now. I have a chance to, change my life forever, for the future, and just do things that I've always wanted to do as a player, and do things that are going to, help support my family in the future.
What do you want to show NBA teams during this process?
I think the biggest thing for me is just, continue to be myself, continue to be the player I've always been, and continue to play with the same level of confidence I've always played with. I've always felt like I'm a versatile player in terms of, what I can bring to the game. I score the ball well. I can get assist well, get my teammates involved. That's a very underrated part of my game. And the biggest thing I bring to the floor is that I'm a competitor and I'm a winner. I'm going to compete at a high level every night, and I'm going to play to win and leave it all out there on the floor. So, any team that gets me should know that they're going to get those things for sure.
We always talk about athletes having a chip on their shoulder. Did you have one, and did that motivate you too?
Yeah, it's probably my biggest strength is that chip on my shoulder. I always feel like there's people that doubt me, and there are. It's a reality. So it's just something that I've embraced throughout my life. When I came out of high school, even though I had a great senior year, led the state in scoring, I was still looked upon as, I wasn't better than certain guys in the area, and that motivated me. And when I was in middle school, I was only 5'5", 5'4". I was short, and we had guys in middle school that were dunking. So it was always, just being doubted and proving people wrong, and being doubted and then proving people wrong. So it's just something that's always motivated me.
And then you end up at your hometown team, UCF, and that's kind of a team that had been doubted too. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, I think that's why it was a great match for me. It was a great fit for me and other guys in the program. It was a great fit for us. We had a bunch of guys who kind of had been counted out, or there were certain, stereotypes about them, just being doubted and what was expected out of us, to where, when we came to UCF, it was like, okay, nobody expects UCF basketball to, go to NCAA tournament. Well, we're going to get us to NCAA tournament, and nobody expects us to, play in a game like that with Duke, and we got us to the situation. We had ourselves the opportunity to beat Duke.
Do you look back on that Duke game with pride and disappointment? How do you view that game? Because it was incredible. It really was incredible.
Yeah, on the surface for us, initially it was just tough. It was tough for us to end our season that way. It was very difficult. You couldn't watch TV the next day. Didn't want to talk to anybody. It was just extremely difficult, especially for the seniors, for our careers to end like that, because it wasn't just one game. It was the entirety of our career was over. So putting so much into it and then it ending that way was obviously difficult. But, as time went on and we were able to really reflect on the season that we had and look at all the good things we did, we did so much for UCF and so much for the basketball program, and we honestly won the hearts of so many people in this country, and we won the hearts of so many people in Orlando.
You set out to do that when you committed to UCF, right?
No question. That was always my vision when I first committed there. It wasn't just to have a successful career for myself. It was to, give Orlando a school and a basketball team that they could be proud of. And that was always something that was in my mind when I was doing the workouts in the morning, and it was something that was always on my mind when we had a coaching change, and it was like, well, do I want to go somewhere different? It was like, I'm staying at UCF, and I'm going to stay here in Orlando, and I'm going to be a part of building this program up to something special, because it's possible. With a little hard work and determination, it's possible.
And how proud are you of some of your teammates? I mean, Taco and Aubrey Dawkins and Chad, as they pursue their dreams too.
I mean, I'm extremely proud of those guys. I know that Aubrey's going to do great things in his future. Taco's going to do great things, in his future as well. And just basketball for those guys. And Chad, too. They'll all have opportunities, to do things professionally in basketball. So I'm really excited for them. Those guys have worked extremely hard. Even though Aubrey was a junior, he was a 60-year junior.
Yeah.
So we considered him a senior. So those were my senior brothers, as well as Dayon Griffin. And I'm extremely proud of everything they've done to help build the program up. And I mean, there was a bunch of other guys this year that really stepped up for us too, that were huge. I mean, I can honestly say that our locker room culture was it was probably the best that we've ever had.
A lot of people look at you, they see just basketball player. I think it's important that people know that you got your degree a year ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you did it. How tough is it to be a student athlete with all the demands?
It's extremely challenging. Anybody, who tries to tell you otherwise, isn't getting the maximum potential out of themselves. If it's not extremely challenging and it's not, a test of your time management and perseverance and ups and downs, it's truly, it's truly everything everybody says it's going to be. But it's probably one of the greatest experiences you can ever have in your life. Just, the ups and downs you're going to go through, the unexpected things that are going to happen in your life, the things that were tough at the time that you're going to look back on and, kind of laugh about, like, early 5 a.m. morning lifts or something like that. They're obviously difficult at the time, but you look back on them and it's, just the camaraderie you have and some great memories. So it's difficult. It's a lot of work. It's a full-time job and more. I came into college wanting to do business. So I got to finish my degree in business, and that was challenging as well, because UCF's business program is challenging, and they're going to, push you to, have you prepared for the real business world. So that was difficult and challenging, but I'm really happy with it, and hopefully after basketball I'll be set up to do things, outside of just basketball. Or if I want to do something in basketball, like a front office or anything like that, I'll be qualified to do it.
All right, this is a little off topic, but not really. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. How big was your mom in all your success and pushing you and everything?
Yeah, I mean, right there with my dad as being equally important to my success. Just talking about my mother, personally, I mean, she's the person who kept me going. When things got hard for me, and I mean, and I have a love for the game, but everybody goes through a time where they're just like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Like, this is a lot. I grew up in a house where I was always being pushed to be the best, and it was sometimes it became a lot, and the pressure, not the pressure, but the expectations and the living up to a certain standard was tough. But my mom was always the one who kept me going, and she would always come to me and be like, BJ, you put too much into this to quit now. Or when I'm feeling down, she would come to me and be like, BJ, you just gotta pick your head up and move on. If I had a bad game, she was the person who was like, bad games don't last forever, and I just can't thank her enough for that. I obviously love her so much. Mm-hmm. She means the world to me. And I'm just, really blessed to have a mother like her to, have been there for me throughout my experiences. So I wouldn't be here without her. Mm-hmm. And I'm just, extremely blessed to have the best mother in the world.
It feels like you just absolutely belonged at UCF then. Staying close to home, having your parents come to the games, having your friends and family watch you, and then you get this new family of UCF fans. I mean, they all know who you are.
Yeah, I mean, I can't thank Night Nation enough for everything, the way they rallied around us there. They've always been great. They've always been extremely supportive, and they've never been afraid to be bold. Never been afraid to be bold. You know, when we do something at UCF, you know, we're gonna do it big. We're not gonna, you know, if we achieve something, we're gonna get the most out of it. So I've always loved that about UCF, and I've always loved that about our athletic director Danny White. He's not afraid to do bold things, and I think that carries on to the floor and to the field, and you know, the swimming pool, the tennis court, wherever it is for UCF. You see the confidence in the student athletes out there because, you know, we have an athletic director he pushes us to be bold and do bold things.
BJ, you have been incredible to be around, not because you're just a great basketball player, but because you are a tremendous human being. And I know I speak for everybody at News 6 that we can't wait to see what happens for you next and wish you the best of luck.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor. You know, thank you for always coming and coming to UCF and airing us and getting us that publicity we needed. So just thank you so much.
Charge on.
Go nice, charge on.
Go nice, charge on.
There we go.
That is BJ Taylor. After the whistle has to take a timeout, but Ryan will be back to wrap things up after this.